Week 8, Day 6. As we continue to explore the beginning of the book of Numbers, specifically chapters 3 through 5 today, we can find ourselves again sort of pondering what is going on here. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, again, we need to remember that scripture that we read today was not written today. It was written as much as 3,000 years ago in foreign languages, in this case Hebrew, and in a day and time and a culture very different from our own. And so there are a lot of things that can really struggle to try and understand. What we want to get out of this, first and foremost, is a reminder of who God is, because it is God who's the main character and the main concern for us in these lessons. Well, we're going to find here, particularly in chapter 5, some areas that are very disconcerting. We don't understand why and how necessarily. For specifically as an example, in chapter 5, verses 11 through 31, this passage can seem very unfair. And for many of us, we might question, well, what's supposed to happen to a man who commits adultery? Though we don't get the details here, there are three assumptions that we should always work from when reading scripture and having difficulty comprehending a particular passage. One, God is holy and demands holiness. Remember, we are to be set apart. We are meant to follow the commands that God has given us. Secondly, God is all-knowing. Sure, the woman might have been caught, but even if nobody else does, the man certainly will be known to God as well. And third but not least, God is completely fair. God is completely fair and will bring about a just outcome, even if we don't see it in our own sight. So let us always rely on these truths about God to get us through those times when life does seem unfair and we don't understand what is going on. Remember, just as we saw in Job, Job never learned the reason why he suffered, and yet he was reminded who God is and who God is in his life. May we remember that as well.